tremendous amount of urban legends have floated around over the years, and many have been fortunate enough to be picked up for big budget movies. One of my favourites has always been the babysitter one, where she gets scary phone calls, only to later learn from the police that the calls are coming from inside the house. In 1977, Fred Walton brought it to life in the horror short The Sitter. It was around 20 minutes in length and told the story relatively well. 2 years later, Walton was able to bring the concept to the big screen. But could such a short, small story translate well into a 97-minute feature film? Well, the first 20 minutes are a literal scene-for-scene remake of The Sitter. It's equally well done and stars Carol Kane as the babysitter. It sets the tone well, but where do you go from there? That was the entire urban legend, so how can you expand on such a thing? Well, they do, and it works well enough. We see her tormented by the same person 7 years later. She's now backed up by grizzled detective, played by Charles Durning, and Tony Beckley is our killer, who incidentally died 6 months after this movie was released, at the still relatively young age of 52. Now, it does feel stretched, I can't lie. It does feel like a bit of a cash grab. It feels unnecessary, but the competent cast managed to hold it up, even if it does rush through the ending, which just fell flat and came out of nowhere. This would manage a direct sequel, complete with both Kane and Durning, which I'll be reviewing soon. It also managed to be remade in 2006 with a pretty underwhelming pants version, updated with Camilla Bell, is it Camilla Bell or Camille Bell, and Supernatural's Katie Cassidy. Now, honestly, as far as this classic urban legend is concerned, I'd advise anyone to just stick with the short, because ultimately that's all it's needed to be, and maybe all it should have been. I award this 1979 original classic 6 out of 10. Okay, rant time complete with spoilers. So, walking away from this, I'm left with one burning question, and I'm sure I'm not the only one. Why in the blue hell didn't she check on the children? Seriously. So she keeps getting calls with an ominous voice asking her whether she's checked the children, and she just sits there. Then she begins to fear for her life and thinks someone's outside stalking her, and she still, wait for it, doesn't check the children. Then the call turns to, why didn't you check the children? And she still ignores the crotch goblins. Worst babysitter ever. My child-hating ass would have checked on them after the very first call, because ain't nobody's going to accuse me of Madeline McGanning someone else's semen demons.